Baumia to choose female running mate. It comes with a question mark. And Dr. Baumia is here on the front page wearing a beautiful suit. Also on the front page this morning, farmer registration under planting for food and jobs phase 2 begins today. ECG, we are told, discovers 130 illegal connections in Ashaiman. I believe that this one, you have to look inside well. And NDC leadership lacks a vision, according to Afenyo Marking.
All right, the Daily Graphic says, Ofankor in Sawam Road project, 100 lawsuits impede works. That's coming from the chief engineer. Attorney General advocates renewable energy use in schools. And implementation of PFJ 2.0 farmers registration begins today. And on the back page of the Daily Graphic, satellites to make amends against the Gambia. All of that happening in the African Games 2023.
We hope the lights don't go off, though, at 8 p.m. The New Finder says this morning, registration of farmers begins under food, planting for food and jobs phase 2. Again, minority opts for private members' bill to remove nuisance taxes. Yesterday, Honorable Atto announced this on the floor during his closing remarks on the State of the Nation address. And Africa Union Sports Council impressed with Ghana's facilities. Wow, that's impressive. And AU sponsored 1 million. Oh, Charlie, why are you laughing? Next level initiative launched.
All right, the Daily Guide says, my husband died of terminal disease. That's John Kume's wife speaking. 200 stalls razed down in fire. Of course, there's the PFJ 2.0 story here. And Baumia leads Mahama in swing constituencies. That's according to a poll done. And Old Nana sparks outrage in Parliament. All of that on the front page of the Daily Guide.
Let me take you to the Overseer. Minority fights government's $300 million loan. Also, leave my husband to rest. John Kuma's wife debunks poison rumors. Call your boy to order. Shanti MPP constituency chairman to Wuntumi, and some other stories here on the front page, including one on the running mate of the NDC.
All right, the Anchor newspaper says ECG fails to publish Doomsor timetable. Tells customers to brace up for more outages. And last night, my power went out from like 7 to midnight. So, yeah,
that's the usual dose.
The usual
dose, 7 to 9.
Yeah, 7 to
Some
midnight.
are getting 7 to 11.
I got 7 to around midnight.
Yeah, that's the
That's the one. Anyway, other stories.
It's a local fault.
MPP losing grip on a Sikadu Ketan seat as missing parliamentary candidate returns to constituency after primaries. Says NDC to deploy drones for 2024 elections after 2020 fiasco. And Health Ministry denies fake recruitment notice. Dashes hopes of unemployed nurses.
Let me take you to the daybreak. Imani boss against jail term for gays. Also, GJA president elected FAJ steering committee member. That story, we saw it yesterday. And ECG warns of more power outages during 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Is it a load shedding you are doing? Please, we need to get them to come and confirm the thing. And then also schemes to influence KPMG SML probe exposed.
All right, the Daily Post says conflicting accounts of cause of John Kume's death emerge. His wife says he died from terminal cancer. Eyewitness Ohineba swears he was poisoned. Mahama tells NDC members Razzmatazz won't win us 2024 elections. Vigilance will. In the Central Region, Ewutu Breku Electoral Commissioner coordinating director and presiding member hot over mafia DCE confirmation as 12 assembly members go wild. And Unilever Ghana has relocated its tea production to Nigeria due to current mess. That's according to Atto Forcing.
And let me take you to the Economy Times. Job scarcity, Bernard, on the rise. Ignatius Bafwe, the Minister for the Sector, is here on the front page. Also, cocoa prices forecast to range between $4,882 and $4,992 per ton, according to the Bank of Ghana. And still on the Bank of Ghana, banking sector records a big leap in profit. How are they making the money, though? All of us are struggling.
The interest rates. They are just selling and buying government money.
I see. Finally, for me, the graphic business. Single Africa market under threat. Former minister questions after relevance. And then they have other ones here. Special supplement on 13th African Games. Plus, they have this chart on share of the population with access to drinking water in 2020. And then a public service announcement. The graphic business editor is back.
Where did he go?
He went on leave. Remember a few weeks ago, I read that they had announced, so they've announced it again, that he has resumed.
Sky 2 has
After-
come back. I will solve Accra's water problems when elected president. This is Mahama, citynewsroom.com. Also, there's no functional fire tender in Kaswa and Weja. It's a danger to residents there. ECG to disconnect 91 hospitals over 261 million CD debt. And then energy sector debt remains biggest threat to Ghana's economy, according to the minority. Still on water, Ghana Water to ration water supply over challenges in Tamale. And then Ayariga petitions OSP again over controversial BOG office. All this on citynewsroom.com. ECG is a lot in the news. You go to my journal line, we've not defaulted in payment to IPPs. ECG MD clarifies. Then there's a number of reactions to the Africa Game issues. LOC not in charge. There's undue political meddling. This is Jerome Mochri on Africa Games 2023. Sports Minister blames Cycling Federation for equipment saga. That's also there. And then their bus broke down. Badminton president explained transporting athletes in the bucket of a pickup truck. The bus broke down. A few more stories. Big relocates pen production to Ivory Coast amid economic downturn, minority leader is saying. And then we're also told that my children will never serve Ghana if police don't look into speculation about my husband's death, late John Kume's wife. So much is coming in from that side in terms of reports. Class FM is talking about Ayariga's petition to OSP over the new BOG complex. And then, of course, Ghana, South Africa commits to deepening relations as our foreign minister continues her tour of Africa for that position. Interest rate fall for the 10th consecutive week as government rakes in 4.83 billion cedis. Star FM's lead story this morning, racecourse market fires, police arrest fire for attacking firefighters. And then Volta Star Textile Limited will be retooled under my presidency. This is Alan Cash. And then Doomso during peak period may result from blown fuses of transformers. I told you. It's blow. So Nathan, your fuse will blow. Let me start with that story. ECG is in the news. The ECG says the periodic power outages, also known as Doomso during peak period of 7 to 11 p.m., may result from blown fuses of transformers. In a statement, ECG explained that, no, it's a serious, 630 distribution transformers within communities across operational areas have been identified to be full to capacity due to increased demand. This situation may result in blown fuses and broken conductors, causing outages, especially during the peak period of 7 to 11. However, we wish to assure our customers, like Nathan, that transformer upgrading and new projects are ongoing to relieve the transformers to ensure a more reliable power supply. You know, there's something they say in my hometown. A winter like you know, busy. So they say we pledge to serve you better. Now, still on ECG.
So it's not like I do, seriously.
No, it's doom blows. It's the blow. Now, I'm going to give you 3 energy stories. But this is not a laughing. The one that is laughing, but this one is not a laughing matter. ECG to disconnect 91 hospitals. Over 261 million CD debt. So this one, don't laugh. The National Task Force of ECG is set to disconnect 91 hospitals from the national grid due to outstanding debt owed to the power distributor. Some will say they are inefficient, so they will show you that they are inefficient. Now, the health facilities spread across the country collectively owe a substantial amount of 261 million cedis. According to information obtained by Citi News from ECG, numerous health facilities will face power cuts 48 hours after receiving a demand notice. Now, here are the hospitals. Kolebu Teaching Hospital, 37 Military Hospital, Ridge Hospital, Konfanochi, and Menshia Government Hospital in Ashanti, Whole Teaching Hospital, Volta, Kibi Government Hospital, Eastern Region. They are all at risk of disconnection. The move is part of ECG's comprehensive efforts to recover funds owed it.
Wow.
Still on ECG, since people are laughing. One last one. We have not defaulted in payment to IPPs. ECG MD clarifies. This is my Joy Online. Joy News has confirmed that ECG has defaulted once again on its fixed monthly energy purchase price with IPPs. This has sparked concerns about the possibility of full-blown power crisis, also known as Doomso. President Akufo-Addo, in a State of the Nation address, touted its ability to solve Ghana's power outages, adding that an amount of $34 million is being saved on reconciled energy sector debt as a far better outcome than the take-or-pay his predecessor John Mahama left him. In the meantime, ECG has been able to secure a fixed monthly energy purchase price with all the IPPs, leading to a monthly payment of $43 million instead of the 77. That is a monthly savings of 34, the president said. However, it has emerged that the president's promise has not been kept. A report released by the PURC on the cash waterfall mechanism validation report for January this year revealed that the ECG is still defaulting on its renegotiated debt obligation for January, contrary to claims by the president.
Okay, but let's stay with ECG because it seems an ECG morning. If you go to the Chronicle, page 7, ECG discovers 130 legal connections in Ashaiman. And the story is by Inusa Musa from Ashaiman. Says that the Ashaiman district of the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, has discovered a total of 130 illegal connections within its operational area during a revenue mobilization project started on Monday. Now, speaking on the progress of the activities to a section of the media on Friday, 8th March 2024, before the start of the day's fieldwork, the manager for the district, Engineer Kisi Ohemeng, said that summons had been served to the 130 customers for them to come and clarify exactly what may or may not have happened in the matter.
All right, if you go to the front page of the Daily Graphic, the Fankon Sawam Road project is here. Now, the chief engineer, Kwabna Bimpong, says more than 100 lawsuits ranging from human rights cases to ownership of portions of the road earmarked for the reconstruction of the 18.1 kilometer dual carriageway project are hindering the completion of the work on schedule. Now, some of the cases dating back to 2022, Kwabna Bimpong told the Daily Graphic that his team would not be able to meet the government's August deadline. He said, quote, "These cases have dragged on for some time, and these are impeding the progress of work because there are some areas where we have to relocate the utility lines like electricity, telephone infrastructure, and water. And until they are moved, we'll be unable to complete the project or the construction of the main roads and the service roads." He end quote. He added that work on the Nsawam interchange had not begun due to litigation and movement of the utilities. But that notwithstanding, the chief resident engineer told the minister designate for roads and highways, Francis Asenso Boachi, when he paid a working visit to the site last week, that substantial progress had been made.
Let me give you two utility stories. Ghana Water Company is rationing water in Tamale over supply challenges. The Ghana Water Company Limited has disclosed that Tamale, the non-regional capital, has exceeded its water supply capacity, prompting the need for a systematic rationing approach to meet the demand. MD Dr. Clifford Brimer attributed the challenge to disruptions caused by urban roads during their construction works. During a recent visit to the northern and Savannah regions, Dr. Abraham emphasized the impact of urban roads on pipes during construction, exacerbating water supply challenges. To address the situation, Ghana Water Company Limited is contemplating the implementation of a demand management program to ensure residents in Tamale have access to water at least once a week. Right, so the road construction that you read here is affecting utilities not just in Accra but in Tamale. Still on water, there's no functional water fire tender in Kaswa and Weja. The Ghana National Fire Service has raised concern about the lack of fire tenders in Weja and Kaswa, posing a potential threat to residents in these areas. Now, the fire service emphasized that in the event of a fire outbreak, the affected residents would face serious challenges. Alex Kinate, who is the ADO1 Public Relations Officer of the service, highlighted the urgency of government intervention. And finally, former President Mahama is promising to solve Accra's water crisis when elected president. He is shown drinking water from a calabash. John Bahamani Mahama, flag bearer of the NDC, has unveiled a comprehensive strategy aimed at enhancing water accessibility in Accra. Highlighting rapid urbanization of Accra, Mahama underscored the necessity of foresight in managing water resources. And then he says, while significant strides were made in augmenting water capacity under Professor Mills and his tenure, subsequent years have witnessed a stagnation in expansion efforts. And then he goes on to make some promises there.
But let me just mention quickly that if you go to page 6 of the Economy Times, there's a story there that says a merry relocation to Kumasi, gas pipelines and installation of plant almost ready. So that will help us in a way to ease the pressure on the grid. But again, if you go to page 2, the paper has an editorial that says the worsening power crisis. And goes on to advise government on what to do. But the story I'm most interested in is the one on the front page by Elom Desu. And it says that job scarcity on the rise. Now, job availability in the country has continued to decline, according to the Bank of Ghana. Now, the number of jobs advertised in selected media, which partially gauges labor demand in the economy, decreased in December 2023 relative to jobs recorded a year ago. Now, in total, 2,900 25 job adverts were recorded as compared to 3,277 for the same period in 2022, indicating a decline of about 10.7%.
Let me take you to All Africa Games. A number of stories online. Citi Sports this morning. Sports Minister says, let's focus on the positives. He's urging the media as he rallies for national support for the games. Mustafa Yusuf, who's the Minister for Sports, during a press conference yesterday at the University of Ghana Stadium, argued that Ghana has garnered international acclaim for organizing spectacular games. Yes. The statement follows criticism from Ghanaian athletes who have voiced concern about lack of support from authorities. Winifred Ntumi, for example, the athlete who won 3 initial medals, including the gold, revealed using her jersey for weightlifting due to inadequate support. Cyclist Abigail Tete disclosed that she and her colleagues couldn't compete the women's race as they had self-funded their bicycles, substituting aluminium ones for the required fiber. But despite these hurdles, Mustafa Yusuf remains steadfast in asserting the overall success of the games. He attributes the challenges faced by the cyclists to the Cycling Federation's failure to furnish a list of required equipment. In fact, if you go to my journal online, there are about 3 stories there on the games. For example, there's one here that says that their bus broke down. Badminton president explains transporting athletes in the back of a pickup truck. President of the Ghana Badminton Federation, Ivan Sebo, has explained that the reason they transported players on the back of a pickup truck to competition in Baltimore was because their regular bus shuttle broke down. So that's the first reaction. Then the second reaction is the minister blaming the Cycling Federation for the equipment saga. The third one is Kwabena Yeboah. He's saying that there's free show for spectators, except for VIP from today. So today you can go and watch for free. A member of the LOC in charge of the Africa Games, Dan Kweku Yeboah, has revealed that except for VIP tickets, free access will be granted to spectators for the events. This, according to him, will take effect from Tuesday, March 12. This surprising move is part of efforts to boost spectator attendance and create a more inclusive atmosphere for the 2023 African Games, which involve 29 different disciplines. I spoke to the ticketing team, and what they are saying is, except for VIP, they are not going to sell the rest of the tickets.
Is this the Legon one or the Baltimore one?
Let me check. The rest will go for free from tomorrow. Okay. So you can just walk in and watch any of the competitions. He told Evans Mensah on Monday.
We can safely assume it cuts across.
Okay.
So there are 13,000 participants, 5,000 athletes in the 2023 Africa Games.
Okay.
Well,
let's end with a couple more.
Yes, page 6 daily guide. Agric Ministry opens PFJ 2.0 applications.
That's great.
Now the story says applications have been opened for interested Ghanaian farmers to apply for enrollment into the second phase of the government's Planting for Food and Jobs program. Now, the Agric Minister, Brian Champon, made the announcement at a press conference at the ministry's enclave in Accra, in which he invited all Ghanaian farmers to come on board the program, insisting that, quote, we can work towards a more prosperous and sustainable agricultural sector in Ghana, end quote. And according to him, phase 2 of the program is anchored on 5 main strategic elements, including input credit system, which you see a direct input subsidy system used in the initial phase, replaced with a zero interest input credit system with the aim of ensuring quality fertilizer, improved seed, and support services for farmers.
If you go to the final newspaper, Minority is opting for private members' bill to remove nuisance taxes. So yesterday, during the closing statement from the Minority leader, Honorable Ato Forson, he spoke about the fact that they are considering bringing some private member bills to deal with the nuisance taxes that they are not happy about. Says the government agrees with them, so they would push that through. So if you're interested in that story, go to page 4 of the final newspaper. But another story here says Baumia to choose female running mate.
It's a question.
Exactly, sort of speculative, but goes back to Irene Natoshi Ado, who is the administrator of the District Assembly's Common Fund. We also have Akosia Frema Oseo Pare, the Chief of Staff, also in here. You have the Minister for Communications, Eslausu Ekufu, and then also some other people have been mentioned in the story, which is on page 3 of the Chronicle. If you're interested in that story, go for it.
Let's just end with Haiti. Law and order has broken down. Their Prime Minister has tendered his resignation after talks in Jamaica, and Haiti is going through a lot of stress. That's all we have time for this morning. Thank you, Richard Sky. Thank you, Nathan Kwok.